So this is Otis. I'm recording this. I actually did this training on in our Friday meeting last week, but I forgot to push the record button. So here I am, kind of re-recording this. And so my coaching training right now, right, is building on the series that we've done so far. All right. So we developed our why. All right. We developed our what, which is our goal that we made for ourselves. And we developed our how, which is really how we're going to manage our time, because time is everything. It's all that we have. And really, it's the present moment is the only time that we actually do have. And so now I want to ask the question, okay, well, what is going to stop us, all right, from reaching our own goals? And because if nothing stops us, and if we know our why, and if we know our goal, and if we have our plan for how we're going to act, what actions we're going to put in place, and how we're going to use our time and our calendar to move our goal forward, then we can achieve anything we want to achieve in our lives. All right, but then why don't we? All right, and why haven't we already achieved this goal that we've set for ourselves, and why is it so difficult sometimes to achieve what we want to achieve? And so the assignment for this week, which if you haven't done it, please go back and do it. The assignment for this week is to watch The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, all right? And so if you haven't done that, please go pause this video and go and watch The Strangest Secret in the World, or just listen to it. It's audio. And from the 1950s, Earl Nightingale puts that together, all right? And so if you're continuing to watch this, it means that you've already seen that. So what did you get from it? All right, what did you learn from it? What did you discover in it? What is, in your own words, what is the strangest secret? What is the secret to why some people achieve their goals and why other people do not, and why I would say most people do not? All right? And what is that secret? Well, if we talk about it, you know, the way Earl Nightingale says it is that we become what we think about. All right? And the way you or I might say that in different language, maybe that life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like if we believe and think that we will achieve X, Y, and Z, then we can put that into action. And conversely, if we think that we cannot achieve X, Y, and Z, then we will not. All right? Another way to say it is that our thoughts matter, and they can actually allow us and enable us to have the lives that we have, or they can inhibit us from achieving the life that we want. All right? And so the lesson for today is much less coaching, quote unquote, as it is basically a lesson in psychology. All right? And so if you're in university, if you're, maybe Psychology 201 or something like that, the psychology of consciousness. And really what I want to talk about is the theory of Dr. Thurman Fleet. And he's a psychologist at the beginning of the 20th century. And he created this idea that I want to share with you. All right? So I'm going to use this board behind me. All right? I'm going to draw this big kind of I don't know, you might call it a fishbowl or something. But this represents our subconscious mind. And from when we are first born, all right, when we're first born until about the age of 7, at the age of 7, we start to develop our cerebral cortex, which means we start to develop the ability to reason, and we start to develop the ability to reject other people's ideas, opinions, and beliefs. But until the age of 7, all right, approximately, it's difficult for us to do that. And basically, any other person's beliefs, all right, kind of get that we experience, all right, kind of get put into our own consciousness or put into our own subconscious. And really, this is fundamental when we are infants, all right? When we are first conceived, we are inside of our mother's belly, all right? And we are completely safe. And we are full, we have 100% all of our needs met, all right? We literally are needless, all right, when we are inside of our mama's belly. And then suddenly, the moment of birth happens, and we come out of that safe environment, and the umbilical cord is cut, and now suddenly all of our safety and security is taken from us as small human beings, and now we become completely dependent on our parents for our survival, for safety, for security, for survival, okay? And so in that, we are programmed to absorb and take in and conform to the ideas and the beliefs of our parents, and especially of our mothers, all right, when we're a child, because we depend so heavily for our own safety, for our own security. And for small children, all right, the fundamental need that we all experience driving us is the need for security, all right? Not to be abandoned, not to be neglected or rejected, all right? To fit in, to get love, to be secure with our parents, all right? And so because of that, we are willing to absorb the belief systems of our mom and dad, all right? And so inside of our conscious mind, as we start to develop, we start to take on beliefs, all right? We start to take on beliefs. Also in our subconscious mind, we have our heart's desire, right? When we discussed our why a few weeks ago, that why lives inside of our subconscious. It is part of who we are. It's part of our limbic brain. It's not part of the cerebral cortex. It motivates our actions and our reasoning. It's not part of it, all right? So, all right. So then what happens, right? At about the age of 7 or so, we start to have the ability to reject the beliefs of others, and we form our cerebral cortex, the other half of our brain, our conscious mind, all right? Our ability to reason, our ability to control, right? Our conscious mind, all right? But here's the thing, and here's our body, right? To really draw out Thurman Fleet's diagram here. But here's the thing, all right? This subconscious that we each have within us, all right, is constantly on the lookout, watching everywhere around us, all right, comparing what we're seeing and what we're feeling and what we're hearing, all right, with our belief systems in order to keep us safe. Our subconscious mind works 24/7, even when we're sleeping, even in our dreams, with one goal, and that is to keep us safe. And that is programmed in us, and it has a 7-year or more head start over our conscious mind, all right? So why does that work? Look, why is this important? Imagine that you're a parent, all right? Imagine that you're a parent and you have a little baby who's maybe a toddler, all right? And imagine you're sitting down on your deck or your porch or something like that in front of your house, and you've got this little toddler, and imagine they're safe and secure and they're on your lap, right? Well, imagine then that same toddler then gets off your lap and starts crawling or starts toddling, right, away from you towards the edge of the deck. How are you as the parent going to start to feel, all right? You're going to start to feel nervousness, all right? And then what happens if that toddler goes down the steps and is going towards the driveway, All right, now how do you feel? You start to get even more nervous. All right, now imagine that toddler starts going towards the street in front of your house, and imagine there's traffic out there. All right, now you're gonna like get up and you're gonna start, internally you're screaming, right? You're screaming, that being that parent, you're gonna do anything you can to prevent your child, all right, from walking right out into the street. So the same thing, that same image is a metaphor for how our subconscious mind will mess with us if we start to do things that are unsafe according to the beliefs that we've been programmed with, all right? And now here's the way it works, unfortunately, all right? To our subconscious mind, all right, safe equals familiar. All right? Safe equals familiar, which also means that unsafe equals unfamiliar. So take all of this in perspective, all right? Take all of this in our minds and imagine, I'm just going to draw this right here, all right? Imagine this is where we are today, all right? This is our now. This is the current experience that we have in our lives, all right? But now imagine that we just set a goal for ourselves. Imagine that we now want to accomplish something. We want to do something different in our lives, all right? So we want to set off, and imagine this over here, all right, is our goal, okay? So great, we've got a goal. We've never been there before, all right, which is why it's a goal. Our goal is always unfamiliar. This is, by definition, unfamiliar, all right? And since our goal is by definition something we've never experienced before, otherwise why would we even have it as a goal to begin with, all right? If our goal is something that's unfamiliar for what we're currently experiencing in our lives, it is unfamiliar, and our subconscious mind therefore labels it immediately as quote unquote unsafe, all right? And so what happens is, if we step out from where we are today going towards our goal, all right, and we start getting better and we start making progress towards what we want consciously for our lives, our subconscious mind immediately starts to get scared, all right? Our subconscious mind immediately puts a roadblock in, and we call this a terror barrier, all right? And if you've ever like really taken on your life to try and change something, really change something, all right? You know, you might have a new goal to start running every day, but then, you know, just 3 days into it, you stub your toe or you hurt yourself, and then your mind will start to say, see, it's not the right goal, or see, it's not the right time, or see, I knew you couldn't do it, or something like that. Like there's negative talking that is almost always happening from our subconscious minds to try and keep us safe, all right? And if you do break through, and if you start to get even closer towards your goal, your subconscious mind is going to make an even bigger issue, right? You're going to actually start to feel sick, right? You're going to actually start to manifest something negative in your life if you're not careful about it, all right? This is how our subconscious mind keeps us stuck. And until we realize that this is actually happening within each of us, we'll stay stuck and we won't be able to achieve what we want to achieve in our lives. All right? Now, why is this so important? Well, heck, in an immigration law firm, this is incredibly important. Why? Because our clients are going through this same process too. All right? Our clients are setting a goal to get documents or to get or to improve their lives with their immigration status. All right? But they've never been there before. They've they perhaps have been undocumented in the United States for years, all right? And so as they go through it, heck, maybe they will stop making payments, or maybe they will stop getting us their documents, or maybe they will want to cancel the agreement or whatever, all right? And as that happens, it's important to understand that it's their own subconscious mind getting in their own way. And it is our job as people who are here to empower immigrants to recognize when that's happening and to help coach a person through it, all right? And say, hey, look, this actually will make your life better, all right? And, and especially if you have a good case and if you wanted this for yourself, otherwise you wouldn't have hired us to begin with. So let's go back to that place of being of really what our conscious mind says is our actual goal. And let's change the programming in our subconscious mind to one where we can say, hey, look, I'm worthy of this, and I deserve this benefit, and I deserve this goal or this outcome that I set for my life, and I'm going to go for it no matter what. All right? And so that's really the training. That's really the training. Look, so many people are talking to themselves in ways that limit them, all right? Our minds often hear the words, hey, I told you you couldn't do it, or hey, you're not good enough for that, all right? Or hey, if you were to go on this goal or to set this thing for yourself, what would your parents think? Oh, gee, you better not even try. Or what would your girlfriend or your boyfriend say, right? If you actually achieved this thing once you're going down it, all right? And then, oh man, I'd better not try, right? Screw that, all right? That internal dialogue in our own minds, we can get control of it. We can program it to say positive things, all right? Especially if we know this, we can start to say, no, you know what, mind? I am worthy of this. I do deserve this. I do want this for my life. This is the action plans that I'm going to put in place, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to go for it no matter what, all right? And if you can do that, and if you can be the master of your own consciousness, you can really achieve anything that you set out to achieve in your life, all right? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful or useful. I love you. Stay strong. Be awesome. Go for your life, all right? Because this is the only shot you got. You might as well go for it.